This is the video on using a ratio table home connections. And what I really like about this homework page is that it shows an example of how to use a ratio table to multiply the numbers. We want to think about ways that we can figure out how to get to the number that we want at the end. So for example, here they've got 1 times 23 is 23. And then they go to 2, 4, 10, 20, and then they can add up the 20 plus the 2 and the 4 answers to get the answer for 26. So we're going to think about that as well as we work through this. So we've got 1 and 35, and the kind of nice thing is that they've already given us what it is if you do 2, 4, 40, and 44. We don't have to think on this one about what we want our numbers in the top to be. So 1 times 35 is 35. So 2 times 35 would be double that, right? It would be 70. So we're going to put 70. And then 4 times 35 is going to be double our double. So 70 times 2 equals 140. And then 4 times is 140, so we go to 40 next, which is double, or I'm sorry, 10 times, not double, get so used to those doubles, 10 times 4, so we just have to add a 0 when we multiply by tens. And then in order to find 44 times, we're just going to add up 1,400 plus 140 to get 1,540. And that's the best way for us to figure that one out. So again, on this one, you're going to do that one on your own, but it has the times 2, and then it does a 10. So again, we just add our 0 to get that one. On C, you're going to double and then do the times 10. And in order to find out 18, you're going to take away from 20 what we had in the 2's. So that's going to help us out here. I'm going to let you do D on your own also because I want to be able to see how your thinking is going. What are you going to do to figure out what 4 times 18 is? You can start with 1 times 4, or you can start with 1 times 18 and see which one works better for you. Then let's do E together. 75 times 15, and they did 1 times 15, so that's where we're going to start. 100 times 15 just means that we have to add the same number of zeros as are in the 100, so 1,500. In order to find 50, we're going to cut that in half, and half of 150 is 75, so half of 1,500 is 750. And then we have to cut that in half again, which gets a little bit trickier, but I can think about half of 7 is 3.5, or 350 in this case, and half of 50 is 25, so 350 plus 25 is going to be 375. And now in order to find 75, I'm going to add those two up. I'm going to write it down because I can't do that in my head as easily as I would like. 0 plus 5 is 5. 5 plus 7 is 12. 7 plus 3 is 10. Plus 1 more is 11. 1,125. So that's the front page, except that you need to figure these ones out on your own. Let's go to the back. And we have some of these true or false like we did way back at the beginning with Unit 1, where we want to look at 98 times 34. Do these two numbers work out? Is 100 minus 2 98? It is. So that's true. And on B, I think they're trying to help you think of a double and half there. So you do the math and figure out if that's true or not. On number 3, Veronica has to multiply 398 times 18. She says she can multiply 400 times 18 and then take away one group of 18. Do you agree with Veronica? Explain. No, I disagree. because she needs to take away 2 groups, of 18. All right, so that would be a good explanation. If you have a different explanation, I'd love to see it, but that's an example of a good explanation. Now, B says to write an expression that shows Veronica's thinking. Even though her thinking is wrong, we're going to show her thinking. So she says she can multiply 400 times 18 and then take away 1 group of 18. Now that's not right, and we know that. So now it asks us to solve what is 398 times 18. Show your work. If you know how to multiply this, go for it. Otherwise, we can do 400 times 18 minus 2 times 18. 400 times 18 is going to be 18 times 4. 4 times 8 is 32, carry the 3, 4 times 1 is 4, 5, 6, 7, and then we have the 2 more zeros. Oops, 7,200 minus 2 times 18 is 36, so 7,200 minus 36. We've got to do all this borrowing. That becomes a 10, 9, 1, 10 minus 6 is 4, 9 minus 3 is 6, 1 minus 0 is 1, 7,164 is my answer. Now on the challenge, I'm not going to do the whole thing, but I'm going to get you started. It says the aquarium has 198 fish tanks with 15 fish in each. They also have 297 tanks with 12 crustaceans in each. Does the aquarium have more fish or more crustaceans, and how many more? Make an estimate and explain your reasoning, then determine the actual answer. Well, my estimate is going to be that they have more crustaceans because this number is bigger. So I'm going to say more crustaceans because 297 is almost 100 more than 198. Now, in order to find out, I have to in some way multiply 198 times 15, and I also have to multiply 297 times 12. I'm going to break these down, and I'm going to do 198 times 10 plus 198 times 5. Because I can multiply by just putting the 0 there, and then half of that is also 198 times 5. Then I'm also going to do 297 times 10 plus 297 times 2. Now maybe you have a different way of doing that, and that's fine if it comes out with the right answer. So I'm going to figure out all that math, and I'm going to take away the number that's smaller from the number that's bigger. And then I'm going to answer, is your answer reasonable based on your estimate? Okay, there are some help and some tricks on getting your home connection done. And remember that this one is due in 2 days, and that would be Wednesday. Thanks.